to the podcast from Temperance Town, the sexiest podcast of world renowned. Tony grows a beard to hide his chin, swabs it with Earl so it glistens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
Download the pod, you won't get enough of these dapper chaps talking deadly fluff. In Hobo Gulch they run a homeless mission, clanging and banging with the pentagram of kittens.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
They enjoy their whiskey and local craft beer. By Odin's unkempt pubis we give a cheer. Tony's a raccoon when he's booziest. Don't be a savage, be an enthusiast.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
On the frozen tundra they call it a lock. Tony likes to masturbate in a sock. Brian pisses rocks cause it feels so great. I still don't know who the fuck is Tate.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier.
The boys will let you know when there's a spurner. Due to male pattern baldness, they don't wear curlers. Stay salty, people, that's their closing line. And don't forget, have a beer, you'll be fine.
Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty, salty language, kings of the sexy frontier. Salty language.
Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 210.
The sexiest podcast on the network.
As evidenced by
Isn't
Tony's
it so sexy, Brian?
As evidenced by Tony's plague cough over there.
Oh my god. That couldn't have been timed any better.
Oh, that was awesome.
Fucking hell.
And because we're professionals, we're just pushing forward.
Well, yeah, it's what we do.
To hell with going back, even though it's been, 30 seconds.
Yeah, well, why do a take two?
Yeah.
Take two's for pussies.
That's right. We ain't got
Take five, though. That's just delicious.
Oh, that's a whole different story. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. So, hope everyone's enjoyed the Beer Fest Enthusiast. That's going up, or that's up, I should say, and you can now listen to all the stories from our shenanigans over that weekend.
Yeah, listen to all the delicious beers we drank and other nonsense we got into.
Yes, very much nonsense.
Well, I think the nonsense levels are a little less on that beer fest.
Yeah, a little bit. So, but it's all over there. We don't want to give anything away, of course.
It's true. Download it yourself, you chumps.
Yeah, or whatever. Let's see. And also, as again, hopefully you've gone and thrown some cash at our pal Travis's Kickstarter.
Indeed.
And if not, shame on you. All the shame. It's like the walk from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Shame. Enough of
Bong.
that. Oh man.
Way less nudity.
Maybe. I mean, let's not rule anything out. I mean,
We're going to march Travis through the center of town naked.
He might volunteer.
He might.
Only
if his Kickstarter doesn't go through. Shame.
No, because then people may want to see that, and
oh, that's true.
I don't know where the masses lay on that.
It could be part of their Fat Funk Olympics, I guess.
Yeah,
Whoever loses their challenge has to take the naked shame walk.
Oh my god, I don't want to encourage this. However,
I do now.
Yeah. Oh man, good shit. All right, well, let's see. What do we got here? Do we have any business to take care of? I mean, we've got some stuff, but do we have business to take care of? I don't think so.
I don't think so. Not unless you want to talk about, like, hey, there's always Patreon, support us.
Nah, we do that stuff later, though. Yeah, no.
Hey now,
Do you want to do the follow up on the Q of the W stuff now or toward the end?
Either way.
Yeah, let's do our weeks first. Let's get that out of the way. So,
all right.
So what you got? You got anything new and exciting?
Well, we went to that tap takeover on Friday.
Yeah.
That's why I recorded a day early last week.
Yeah, we certainly did.
show what's brewing. Set up shop at our local bowling alley, which is weird, but
yeah, very. You know, it's funny because I was led to believe that they had really redone that stuff, and it really didn't look like it. It looked the same as the last time I was there, but, whatever.
that was the first time I was there, so I got nothing.
Yeah.
Except I knew, though, that they were horribly understaffed.
Oh, that place was packed.
It was packed. It was hot, packed. I'm just glad the beer was delicious.
Yeah. It certainly was. And it was nice and refreshing when dumped on my leg.
Well, yes, exactly.
So,
what are you going to do?
I didn't do that for those who care.
No, that was our server that
it's
dumped
not
it
her
on the
fault.
table and it seeped through the table.
Yeah, it wasn't her fault. I mean, there's holes in the table for it's not like the beer ate through the table or something. But yeah, I don't even want to blame her for it because the beers when she brought them, I mean, they were to the top full, and it's like, come on, give her a little room to work with here.
I'm going to blame her because we ordered a hummus plate and she came back 10 minutes later and said, "Oh, we don't have that. I'll give you guys some more time to find some more food." And then didn't come back for like another half hour.
Yeah, that all goes back to the understaffing because, boy, were they. Whew. And it was really hot in there. So
yeah, it was balls in there.
I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't go if they do another one, but it's just, I have, I don't want to say low expectations, but at least we know what to expect if we go back.
Yeah, this is true.
Because if it's anywhere near that busy, it may be worth just going and walking away, because it's not like we can't find Shorts beer here. I mean, there's probably some that we can't get.
See, that's the thing with Shorts, though, is a lot of times they only put stuff in kegs.
Yeah.
So it's like if you don't find it in a keg somewhere, you're bumming if you want to drink it.
I'm still not sure that it's worth it unless it's like a high-ranking beer or something.
Right.
But whatever. It's fine.
It was still a
fun.
good time.
Yeah, it was still fun.
I don't know, you got any stories from the tap takeover before we move on to the next part of the night?
No. I dumped a couple of beers in my face, and then we were all like, hey, let's go somewhere else where it's not as crazy.
Yeah, let's go get some pizza and more beers.
Also that, yeah.
So we went to our one of my favorite dive bars, Rocky's. Mm-hmm. Which I think we've talked about before on the show.
Yeah, you have, yeah. Because I had never been there until
that's right. That's right. It was your first time.
Yep.
And, they have delicious pizza, and they usually have good... Sorry, I'm squeezing my tea bag over here.
Yeah, he is.
They got good beers on tap usually, and their pizza's delicious, and they have a delicious Swedish bartender.
Oh, you scamp.
That's true, though.
Yeah. Yeah,
it was a good
nice.
time, good evening at Rocky's, though.
For the most part, yeah. I mean... when you left, there was a little unpleasantness, I guess. I don't know how else to word it, really.
I figured we'd get to that part of the story.
Yeah, but for the most part, it was a good time. I found I forgot what I was drinking there. It was some brown ale, but I can't remember which one it was now.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
But it was pretty tasty, and, I was drinking that, having a good time. And, the bartender was cool, which, there was kind of a tie-in to another thing that, I figure we'll talk about, but we'll kind of talk about that later, I guess. But he seemed like an all right guy, too. Him and the Swedish bartender you've already mentioned. Both
Tina.
Tina, yeah. His name was Justin. So,
yeah.
They were both cool folks and, treated us pretty well.
The guy singing, the performer was good?
Yeah, it was good. I liked how he was, calling people out during the performance at times and stuff.
Yeah.
That was, if he'd see our reaction in the mirror or whatever on the bar, he was kind of pointing it out or whatever. It was good times.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite bars, I think, now. Despite the fact I ran into one of my coworkers, but,
Yeah, well, that can happen. That can happen, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, unless we buy the bar,
Yes, this is true.
I don't necessarily mean purchase the bar. I just mean, rent the, just be like, hey, all you idiots, get out,
You mooks.
Yeah.
You're out.
Oddly enough, that was the word I was going to use and then stopped.
Well, it's because, we've only known each other for, 30 years or something.
Right. Yeah, I was definitely jazzed to,
hi, baby.
Jazzed to pour a bunch of pints in my face that night, so,
Jazzed.
Yes.
Yes. I guess speaking of jazz, real quick segue. I got a couple keychains for you, Brian, because I got my Graphic Novice shirt.
Right.
They sent me a small pile of keychains, which I wasn't. I asked for a shirt, and the transaction was done, and then they started talking about the keychains. I was like, damn it, I should have asked for them, but I was like, they're already sending me a shirt. I'm not going to ask for keychains,
right?
You know. But they sent keychains, so I assume it must be in tribute to our victory in the Moon Wars. They're just paying us tribute. So I have a couple graphic novels keychains for you. Keychain bottle openers.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I could do foul things with them.
Yes, indeed.
As I will do with bottle openers. I don't really know what that means. I just, yeah. Excellent.
Hey, back to Rockies.
Yeah. But yeah, after a while, y'all took off, and well, it was before that, my nephew had a few too many Jamesons, and and then his body decided that it no longer wanted the Jamesons within it, so it went through proper procedures to evacuate said Jamesons.
Yeah, because Justin came up to us and he's like, "Hey, your friend, he's out puking in the bushes, or whatever."
So luckily, T went out there because I have an issue when people are in the act of getting sick. I can't really be around it because sometimes it bugs me, sometimes it doesn't. As far as that, I'll follow suit,
right.
But our soundboard T was like, yep, and went out there and took care of it.
And Jeannie's got a major issue of puke.
Yeah,
she can't.
So she wasn't.
I have an issue of walking away from the bar.
Right,
so.
Understandable. Yeah.
What are you going to do?
So T went out and checked on him, and was like, "Hey, whatever." I think T got him a glass of water, or somebody did at some point, But it was, and it was fine. We had to keep going out. People kept telling Justin that he was passing out and all this, and he wasn't. They were overreacting, and. Because every time I went out there, he talked to me. As soon as I said his name, he was talking to me. I'm like, yeah, he's not passed out. If he was passed out, he'd be on the ground,
he
completely
was definitely
slumped,
just kind of sitting in the corner, leaning up against the building on his phone. You can tell he was hammered.
Oh yeah, for sure. There was no question. But he certainly was not passed out. He was, all it was, he'd lean over every once in a while and get sick, and then sit back up, and
like a gentleman,
yeah, and. I felt bad because the way this place is laid out, I mean, he's just to the right of their door, the entrance. So, I mean, there's nothing you can do about it.
I'm guessing people kept saying stuff because they're out there on the patio smoking and drinking, and they're probably like, yeah, we don't really want this dude over here just puking in the bushes 5 feet from us.
Right. I mean, in fairness, there were plenty of places inside the bar. So, I mean, they could have gone inside if it was bugging him that much. Because what are we going to do with him? We can't bring him inside the bar. We can't, he wasn't in a point that it was really a good idea to take him home yet, because really you need to get some of that out of you before you start doing car rides,
It's true.
Otherwise, that's going to be a mess. So, and that's kind of what I was thinking is I figured by the time we wrapped up, we'd, get somebody to come get his car and we'd take care of it, And, and it was fine for the most part, other than, people overreacting to it because they really were, but once you guys left, were you guys there when he went into the bathroom and the dude pounded on the door?
No, we were gone.
Okay, I thought so.
Yeah,
he came in and went into the bathroom. When he did, I told him not to lock the door, and just in case, which I found out they probably have a key anyway, but whatever. This idiot off to where we were sitting, off to our right, that was in a blue checked shirt, goes up and just pounds on the door. And he's like, you better not fucking pass out in there. And I was like, you need to settle the fuck down.
Easy, big guy.
Because I'm like, man, I don't want to have to. No, I'm kidding. But it's and the bartender's kind of like, hey, easy, whatever, to the guy. And it was and then I don't think he realized that us, me and T, sitting there were with him. It was and when he got done, he just had to go to the bathroom. So when he got done there, he goes back outside. I walk outside and I'm like, yo, you okay? And he's like, yeah, I just had to, use the bathroom. Cool. And my sister calls and wants to talk to him. And I'm like, yeah, this is probably not a good idea. But anyway, I was like, you should, you should get a hold of someone to come and get you, because we got to settle up. It's, he still had to settle up his tab.
Right.
And I didn't have enough that I could cover him. So I need either him or his parents or somebody to come settle this for him or for him to be able to do it. Well, he came back inside, sat at the bar, settled everything up. I double-checked his tip to make sure he wasn't doing anything ridiculous, like reasonable, but not, and he did. That's fine. That was all fine. And, at one point, Justin came over to me and told me that people were taking pictures with him outside.
Okay.
And I went outside, and I just glared at the people that were sitting over on the patio, and I was just kind of like... And I told the one guy who was standing by the door, I'm like, this is bullshit. I was like, we've all fucking been here. It's like, if you drank, you've been there before.
Right.
And I get it. It's funny, whatever. But it's like, come on, man. You wouldn't want somebody taking pictures of you getting sick and shit. It's like, come on. Have a little decency. I mean, I know we live in a fucking Instagram age, but I don't know. Turn your chair and just look the other way, I think some of them were honked off, and from what I could gather, they're regulars. So I don't know. Maybe someone's listening and they're like, "Fuck that guy," but whatever. Fuck you. And I don't know. The bar's cool. The help was cool. Didn't like the regulars. They were assholes.
Well.
They were assholes. Yeah. But whatever, I can get past that. That's no big deal, because it's not like every time we go out somebody leaves like that. Most of the time we're pretty good.
Yeah. Say generally we're got it pretty much handled.
Right. So
we're pros and stuff.
Yeah. So we got that all resolved and everything. But it just struck me. T ended up taking me home. So because I was gonna ride with my sister, and T and I had just ordered a fresh beer, so he was like, I'll take you home. Like, all right.
Yeah, right.
That way I can savor my beer, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. The bartender we had turned out that he's a guy who's a wrestler, and we found out that day that Roddy Piper died. Yeah. So he showed us a picture of him and Piper, and it turns out he worked with Piper a little bit at different stuff, and Piper gave him a little ring psychology kind of tips and whatnot, and he talked with him off and on, and so it sucks a lot for him because he actually had an actual connection with him. Yeah. And then it's funny, he's telling us about how a buddy of his did a painting of Piper, and he gets to the end, and I'm like, who's your buddy? And he was like, and it's our friend whose name is Dave Holtz, who does illustrations, and which was kind of crazy. It's a guy Tony and I went to high school with.
Yeah, how weird is that?
Yeah, so that was pretty awesome. I'll shout out
Small
Dave.
world.
It's cool. Yeah, check him out on the Facebook. Dave Holtz, Holtz. He's done some really cool black and white illustration stuff recently. So
for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that. The night started off good, kind of went a little sideways a little bit, and then corrected itself because
then ended out okay.
Yeah, well, once that was dealt with, it was just me and T sitting there having a larf, drinking some beers.
You'll have that.
Yeah, and that was good times. So.
Oh, well, hell yeah.
So yeah.
Plus, dead ass.
You're right. His ass was wait. Wait. Yeah. So yeah, anything else happened to you this week, or?
Well, the day after we did all that nonsense, we had my niece's birthday. We were celebrating up at my parents' cottage, so we woke up and, headed that way, pretty much.
Yeah.
And, actually, I'm sorry. I took Jeannie to work. That's right. It was. She went to work, and I picked her up, and then we went to the cottage. My kids are already gone. They were already there. Right. So Jeannie and I, after, it's like, 7 o'clock or something, we walk in the door. And when we first pulled up, there was cars everywhere. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So it looks like there's a party going on.
Yeah.
And then there's a couple motorcycles I didn't recognize in the driveway. And I was like, I don't know what's happening here.
Yeah.
Walk in the back door to cottage, and there's this little old guy I've never seen before. Probably $130 soaking wet. Just a little tiny dude.
Yeah.
And Gene and I walk in the door, and he just puts his hands up in the air. He's like, I'm a friend of Chuck's. I'm okay here. Like, oh, okay.
All right.
Like, that's great.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm going to be leaving soon. And Jeannie's like, you don't have to.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, we really don't care, but all right.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
And it turns out this is just some guy that, ran into Chuck down at the pub in town.
Yeah.
And run into him before. And Chuck's told him before, hey, don't come back here. But he'll just show up every once in a while.
Wow. Okay.
And, but the guy's so little.
Now, hold on. By don't come back here, he means don't come back to their place?
Yeah, like,
not
don't
the
come
pub,
to there.
right?
Don't
okay.
come here to the cottage. Like,
Yeah.
But he'll show up randomly.
Weird.
Him and his girl.
Okay.
So, the whole time, Chuck's just calling him Napoleon because he's just a little dude.
Yeah.
And to the guy's face.
Oh, jeez. Nice. Yeah.
Which just makes me laugh.
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's like, have you met Napoleon? I'm like, no, I haven't. I was like, yeah. And like, I'm going out there to sit down and eat dinner because we hadn't eaten yet.
Yeah.
And he's outside with his woman and everybody else, and everyone's drinking. I walk outside and sit down. He's like, you look like a Muslim. Because, beard.
Wow.
I'm
Yeah.
like, well, okay. I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell
You
you.
look like-
and then
you
then
just
Chuck's
look
like,
at him.
well, that's my son. He's like, oh, well, I guess you're not done.
That doesn't necessarily mean you aren't. I mean, you could be.
So Napoleon
Wow.
here,
Jeez.
we're trying to like because now that we arrived, the whole thing was once your parents arrive, we'll go out and take the kids out swimming on the sandbar and all that stuff. So we're trying to get on the boat. They're trying to get these people to leave,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the whole time, I could tell, I could just see the body language of Chuck. The guy's talking to him, and Chuck keeps walking away, and the guy would follow him.
Of course.
And they turn on talking, and, he's trying to get him to go.
Yeah.
And I just hear him yelling for my mom, Dee, come here. Napoleon wants to say goodbye to you. So they're finally getting ready to leave. My mom's going out into the garage to the beer fridge to load up a cooler, because if you're on the boat, you need beer.
Absolutely. Right. Yeah. It's the first necessity.
And the dude's woman is just grabbing beers and putting them in their bike saddlebags.
What?
Yes.
Wow. That's wow.
And they just basically wrote it off as it's like, well, it's worth getting rid of them.
Yeah, if it takes 8 or 10 beers to get them the hell out of here, it's worth it. Yeah.
But Jesus Christ, people.
Wow. I'm gonna have to remember that. Just swing by.
That was unreal, man.
Just swing by your mom and Chuck's and just take all the beer. Peace out.
It's pretty much what it was.
Yeah. Wow.
But then, so we take the kids on a boat and all that jazz. My sister up there, she has a fiance now.
Right.
Her fiance's up there, and nice guy. Dude was drinking all day, literally. Like
all
he went
day?
out to go start golfing at like 10 and just started drinking and never stopped.
That's how it's done. Yeah.
Which you'll have that.
Yeah.
So we're all sitting inside. It's probably 1 or 2 in the morning now, just kind of bullshitting.
Yeah.
And he gets up out of a chair and he just goes, the shush finger to the lips because I know people can't see me.
Right.
And he stumbles away. And we start, whoa.
Oh, jeez.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, jeez.
Like, hope he didn't hit his head. Yeah.
But no one got up and checked on him because why would we? But because the problem they're having up there at the cottage right now is the wood floors they put in.
Yeah.
Whoever installed them for them didn't, how wood floors, you leave a little space for it to expand to contract the humidity.
Yep.
They didn't leave any room for it to expand.
Oh, jeez.
So there's big bulges in parts of the floor.
Oh,
and there's one right by the bathroom door.
Oh. So he went to go into the bathroom and just ate it, basically?
Yeah, this is the theory.
Okay.
Because it's like 2 in the morning now, where everyone's like, all right, we you guys need to leave. We're all going to bed. We're all tired and a little buzzed or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, we were, all the kids were in one bunk room. It was going to be Brian, that's his name, my sister, and Jeannie and I in the other bunk room, right?
Right.
So we're going to go turn in, and the fucking door's locked. We're like, really?
Wow.
So Jeannie and I ended up, quote unquote, sleeping on the furniture. I didn't sleep at all, basically.
Sure. Well, you're less of an asshole than I thought, because I was expecting the story to take so I started pounding on the door.
I thought about it, but I was like, well, I know he was hammered, and then my sister went to bed at like 10.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to wake her up.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, fuck it. We'll figure this out.
Yeah.
Well, the next day, here's the theory of what we think why the door was locked. Is the thump in the hallway, right? Because Brian wakes up. He's like, I don't know what happened last night, but my shorts are completely soaked, and my one sandal is soaked.
Oh.
So we think he was going to the bathroom, ate it,
Yeah.
pissed his pants,
Probably.
and hopped in the shower to clean up.
That lines
Right?
up pretty well. Yeah, I mean,
and then,
this isn't CSI, but I would say you're onto something.
Yeah, exactly. And then went into the room and locked the door because he was probably in his underwear or naked.
Right. Yeah.
That's our theory.
That's still kind of shitty, though. I mean,
It's very.
When
and the next day, he was like, God, I'm so sorry. He apologized, and, he's like, I don't know why. Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So at least he apologized about it.
Yeah.
But it still sucked.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's like, oh, great, we get to sleep on furniture or the floor or whatever. Hurrah.
Yeah, I mean, like, every time I'd start to fall asleep, like, the chair I was in would creak, because I gave Jeannie the couch, because chivalry is not dead.
Right. Also, she threatened to beat you up. No.
she offered me the couch. I'm like, eh.
Yeah.
But yeah, every time the chair I was in would creak or move, or like one of Chuck's friends was supposed to crash there, and like there's one point Chuck got up to look for him and turned all the lights on, and
Oh, jeez.
it was just like, fuck, I didn't sleep. It was horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like a blast.
Yeah. But I got one more thing from the cottage weekend because I have to bring it up because everyone was going gaga about this shit. Is in my mom's beer fridge, there was a couple bottles of that Not Your Father's root beer.
Yeah.
Which everyone's like, oh my God.
Right. And I haven't tried it yet. I looked for it a couple times because people told me that Kroger, a grocery store around here, had it, and each time they're out of it. So.
Well, save your money.
Okay.
Because I was like, all right, there's a bottle. I'm not buying it. Let me try it.
Yeah.
Instant diabetes.
That's
it's
sweet.
So overpoweringly sugary sweet.
Yeah, that's kind of something I was wondering because typically alcohol doesn't, I don't know. When you mix alcohol and something sweet, usually it ends up just being too sweet. That's how it is with me.
It's it's like a 5.9, I think, so it's kind of high.
Yeah.
ABVs.
Yeah.
But it's really geared for people that don't like the taste of alcohol to get drunk.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yep.
I kind of wondered because I was like, I don't love root beer. I'm okay with it, but I don't love it, And I'm like, if I want root beer with alcohol, I can just dump some booze. I can dump some whiskey in my root beer.
Well, I was honestly hoping, and I knew it wasn't going to be as good, but I was hoping it was going to be as good as Dark Horse's 666 Sarsaparilla.
Oh,
which
yeah.
It tastes like root beer.
Yeah.
It's ridiculously good. I'm like, if this is like an alternative to that.
Now let me.
You can't find that Dark Horse stuff.
Right.
They just keg it basically.
Right. Now let me, Emily. Let me ask you this. Do you think it was too sweet for the average person, or just too sweet for you? Because you're not really a sugary drink person anyway. Like you don't drink pop and stuff.
There's someone else I talked to that said it was. It was Brian. He said it was way too sweet too. I mean, he's not. He's not a high-end beer drinker like I am.
Right. A snob, if you will. An enthusiast.
Yes,
an enthusiast, yeah. I was just curious.
It might have been just too sweet for me, but Jeannie tried some too, and it was too sweet for her too. And
yeah, it's not that I'm doubting you. I'm just asking for reference. So, I
mean, if someone has a bottle, take a swig off it.
Yeah,
I would not buy a 6-pack.
Although I'll say this, it's like I don't know. Root beer really shouldn't be super sweet. It should be more spicy than sweet, shouldn't it?
Right.
So.
It's the only thing I can figure, it's so sweet to cover up that alcohol.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. So that's fine. All right, fair enough. So would you you rated it on Untapped, right? Or no, is that It is.
I don't remember what I rated it, but I know it wasn't very good.
Yeah, I'm sure you wrote too sweet in there, right?
Too sweet.
Nice. All right, well, that's good. Because I've been wondering, because you're right, man. It's like, got all over Instagram and Face page and Twitter.
I kept seeing it everywhere.
Everybody's like, you got to try this. It's the greatest thing ever. And I'm like, I doubt it, because I like real beer, and I got a feeling that I'm not going to like that. It just every one of those kind of beers or drinks, I tend to go, you know.
And I guess granted, like right now, if the beer I'm drinking most, it's the complete opposite.
Oh, for sure.
Spectrum.
Yeah,
I've been drinking a lot more bitter beers lately. You know, if the IPAs and whatnot.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's just oof. I mean, I took a sip and I was like, wow, I felt my teeth fell out.
No, you're fine. Stop
you know,
it.
Wilford Brimley, like the ghost, although I don't think he's dead.
No.
But he was, hovering over me.
Which is really creepy, yeah.
Yeah.
He's just breathing heavy and over and over again.
It was actually a large crane, had him elevated. Felt that mustache tickling to the back of my neck.
Diabetes.
Oh, God, walrus. Oh, it's Wilford.
And then you tripped over the hump by the bathroom.
Dude, every time I came out of the bathroom, I tripped over that fucking thing.
I don't doubt it. Yeah, that sucks. Because the only way to fix that is like to move it, isn't it?
Redo it.
To like redo it. Oh, jeez. I'm
well,
sure Chuck's happy.
they're going to
about
have
that.
the company come in and
I would hope so, because I was
Yeah.
going to say I can't imagine Chuck's happy about that
Yeah.
at all.
not
'cause-
real impressed.
No, I'm sure he's
I
violently
mean,
angry.
there's the one in the living room. You could pretty much, it looks like something you'd see in a skate park.
Ooh,
It's
nice,
insane.
nice. You should have gotten on that, man.
Yeah,
Just
it's crazy.
hit it with skateboard, fall, bust your head open, and make sure you're yelling Tony Hawk the whole time.
Yeah, well, of course.
Yeah.
Birdman.
Yep. Just laying there sobbing. Everyone just ignores you because
Well,
you
yeah.
deserve it. You know,
I would.
like asshole.
So I guess that was the rest of my weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, the drive home was brutal. We stopped through
Well, I
through
bet, 'cause
Delta.
especially after not sleeping.
Dude, no
Yeah.
sleep, and then we stopped. We told Don and Renee, we're like, "Hey, we'll swing by and have dinner for you guys," which we ended up not eating. We just bullshitted with them for like an hour.
Yeah.
But that drive home was,
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
it was awful.
I would think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, my rest of my weekend was Saturday. I tuned into the UFC fights because I wanted to see Ronda Rousey.
yes.
Ooh, have you watched the?
I saw the long fight you had.
Right. I was going to say depends on how you want to look at it. I've seen all the variations of pick a whether it's GIF, Vine, whatever. There's all the jokes have been made pretty much. Like one guy, I saw one. The first one I saw was like, I'm not going to bother getting the pay-per-view. I'll just watch the GIF of her fight later.
Yeah,
You know.
basically. Although I was no submission.
No, because she changed her strategy around.
Yeah,
I
because she
don't know
wanted to punish the woman.
I don't know if you caught. Well, Rogan asked her after she won, and for those who don't know, if you somehow don't know, this was a week ago, but she housed this woman in 34 seconds. I mean,
Yeah.
she
Boy,
just
did she.
came out and gave her a spanking. I mean, it was. I mean, you're watching her punch. She hits a knee. And then she hits her with like a left jab, but she catches her right on the reset button, and next thing you know, the woman's ass in the air, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Yep, she's out." I forgot what it was Rogan said, but it was like she got shot, and
Yeah.
it did. Bill Burr brought that up on his podcast.
Shot
this
like
week.
a sniper.
Yep,
by a
that's what it
sniper.
was. There you go. Yep, it's so true though. That's exactly what it looked like. I mean, it was just booming down. But I didn't know this at the weigh-ins. God, I can't think of her name, Corral or something like that.
Something like that.
She to Rousey said something like "Don't cry" or something like that. So after Rousey done whooped her ass, she walked over toward her, and I saw her say something, but I didn't know what it was. Rousey walked over to her and said, "Don't cry," and then turned and walked away. It's
pretty funny.
And I know the sportsmanship angle on that is kind of crappy, but I'm cool with it. I totally love it. Because it's like, why would you anger the baddest woman on the planet?
Well, the best thing I've heard someone say about Ronda Rousey is that the sport hasn't caught up with her.
That's true.
It'd be like, taking LeBron and throwing him back in time to like 40s basketball.
Yeah.
Just watch him dominate everybody.
Right. Well, yeah, Rogan kept mentioning that during the fight. I mean, Rogan could not wash her balls anymore through this fight. I mean, it was, but he was right. He's talking about how she's already the greatest, and
Yeah.
she showed another angle to her. And you know what this reminds me of in ways is when we were watching John Jones coming up. Because each time John Jones would show you a little different something
Different
in
way
his
that he'd
game.
win in a different way.
Yep, and his strategy was just different. Whereas her strategy's been similar, which is just dominate. But She said her strategy this time was to just come out and throw him punches to force Corral to come into her guard. Because when she comes into her, now she's making her come into her
yard.
Yeah, she's making her come into her strength. So, and I was like, that was interesting, except she never got a chance to really do that. However, I will say this. Rousey's arrogance could have been the downfall of her, because she did get tagged a couple of times decently. Like, I don't know if you saw, like, after the fight, her nose was pretty red. She got hit good a couple times.
Yeah.
So, luckily, they weren't knockout shots, because, she wasn't looking for defense. She was just throwing straight gas. She put her foot down and just redlined, basically. So
I wonder how long it's going to be before someone comes up that can actually challenge her.
I don't know, because it looks like now her next fight's going to be Miesha Tate, who she already dominated. And Miesha Tate's already running her mouth about, like, oh, I know her weaknesses. I know how to... And I'm just like, yeah, keep saying it. Until someone proves it, just whatever. Everyone says they know her weakness. And what's her record? 11-0, 13-0, whatever it is. It's like, yeah... there's that woman whose nickname is RoboCop. I can't think of her real name. I think it's RoboCop, something like that. I don't know, whatever. But she's the next weight class up, and
right.
And she's been
Cyborg.
I don't know why I said RoboCop. Yeah, Cyborg. You're right.
Drop it,
Robert. Yeah. But Dana White, I read something that Dana White already told her. He's like, lose. If you hit Rousey's weight class, the fight's on. Like, the minute you hit that weight, I'll get it set up.
Right.
If you want her, come to her, because she's the champion. Rousey shouldn't have to go up to her weight class to fight her. Plus, it'd be stupid for Rousey to do it. Why?
That's true.
Why would she? Unless she wants to. Unless that's what she wants. Because she's... Was it like... Do you remember... Was it Jose Aldo that did that? Where he, like, pretty much dominated one weight class, and then he was like, well... And he went to the next weight class, because...
That and BJ Penn did that shit too.
And there's been a couple guys that have done that they just dominate their division, so it's like, and they just move to another one. And
Yeah.
But I don't see why Rousey would want to at this point. Well, aside from nobody can touch her at this weight class. But if her strength's in her throws and stuff, I don't know why you would want to go to a weight class. I mean, it's only 10 pounds. It's not like it's 50 or something where it's real hard, but...
Wasn't Miesha Tate the only one that's gone 2 rounds with Rousey? Like, she made it to the second round, didn't go through the second round.
I think,
she made it.
Yeah, because I think she armbarred her in the second round.
Yeah, I think so too.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm trying to think if Miesha Tate's the one that had her elbow like severely dislocated because she wouldn't tap, or if that was someone else. I was thinking that was Tate, but without going back and looking, I don't remember.
I don't know.
But yeah, whatever. I mean, you can say all you want about her weaknesses if you want to, but. Yeah, prove it. I mean, that's all there is to it. She's going to get the fight because there's nobody else, which is sad because I really don't want to watch a rematch of Miesha Tate.
I'll watch Miesha Tate do whatever she wants.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Just get wrecked by Rousey.
That's fine.
We'll see. Yeah.
It could be Miesha Tate, doing the dishes. I'd probably watch it.
All right, fair enough. Man, it's funny because I saw a lot of stuff after the Rousey fight. There are people like, oh, she's going to retire undefeated. And I'm like, where's this retirement stuff coming from? Like really, she could stop right now and go be The Rock, basically.
Yeah.
Because she take a similar
I did
path.
see her in Expendables 3.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. But, there's going to be money that realistically, if she wanted a nice posh job that wasn't the UFC, WWE would take her in a hot second.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because she would just, but it's like, it'd be really interesting. Like, WWE brings someone like that in. Is there any way you could show me that any of the women that are in WWE can hold a candle to her?
No.
I mean, they like how they've had Brock Lesnar look like a monster for the most part. You'd have to do the same angle with her. She'd have to just run through everybody. But how do you ever take the title off of her?
You can't.
It's got to be like shenanigans, right? Like cheating and stuff. Yeah, I mean, no one's beating her clean as a sheet, So
it'd be like Big Show in a wig.
That would be funny. Oh, silly.
You'll have that.
Yeah, anyway, so there's that. That was a lot of fun. If you missed her fight, it's I'm sure it's all over the YouTubes and whatever, because it's only like 30 seconds. I'm sure you can find it somewhere if you want to watch it.
It is, yeah. It's tough because that's where I saw it was YouTube. It was just like the wrap up of it. They basically showed the whole fight.
That's really because that's the thing is normally they would just show you like the knockout, but it's so short they can show you the whole thing.
It's like the when she fought Kat and tapped her 14 seconds.
Well, did you see like her last 3 fights have lasted for what is it, less than a minute and a half? I think it is, total. It's just nuts. She's just
that
so
dominant.
much better. Yeah, you could tell the way she came out of the lack of glove touching, just the way she came out of her corner. That like after she landed like the first 2 shots, that fight was hers. I mean, Corral just had nothing. You know what I mean? Like she was running at that. She was scared.
Like, oh, geez.
Yeah.
I woke the tiger.
Yeah, she can say she wasn't, but she was scared. I mean, it was because she was pretty much in full retreat from that point because Rousey just pressed, So, yeah, good times.
Good times.
Good times. Good times. All right.
Want to hear about some bad times?
Yeah.
All right.
Good times, bad. All right, enough. No more
So
Zeppelin.
I was supposed to make I still got time. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. I don't know. I'm supposed to make a video for Daft Pod about the concert stuff.
Oh, yeah. I posted mine on the face page because
I saw that.
I wanted to put some more explanation, and Twitter's not the right place for that.
And I don't like face page. So I was gonna do video part. Duh.
Well, I was thinking about doing that, and then I was like, I don't feel like it. And then I thought about it later because I was like, I should have periscoped it. I didn't even think about periscoping it. Yeah.
I was gonna periscope it, right?
Yeah.
The day I was gonna do it, darling of the podcast community, Jeannie, my wife, was on another podcast.
Well, it depends on what podcast you're talking about. Maybe not on 7 Days a Geek.
That's true. Good point.
I kid.
But I was like, all right, well, I'll go upstairs and periscope, so I'm not, over talking because this mic's super sensitive.
Oh yeah, you should have just periscoped from the can.
Shoulda.
Next time.
Run upstairs. My son's up there, like putting because he does the hang-ups. He's in charge of laundry hang-ups.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So he's hanging up clothes in our room. So I'm like, fuck. I was like, well, I'll go outside and periscope, right?
Yeah.
So I go outside, fire up periscope, and it's like, yeah, your backwoods country signal just isn't good enough for this.
Right. Yeah, I was kind of figuring that's where that was going.
So I was like, fuck. I was like, all right, well, I'll just make a YouTube video. I'll just do that again, whatever.
Yeah.
Filming the YouTube video, the whole time just not feeling it, fighting off mosquitoes the whole time.
Yeah.
I ended up just scrapping the video.
I can understand that, yeah.
Yeah, I feel bad because I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do this for you. Haven't done it yet.
Lies!
Like I said, maybe I'll periscope tomorrow and drive up there or something.
Or you
the Murder Purdy show.
Just go over to where I posted mine and just type ditto.
That'd be hilarious.
Because you were at most of those concerts.
That's true.
The only one I think that you and I didn't go to together was when I saw Tool in '98. Because that was with some guys I worked with. They called me and like, hey, so-and-so backed out. You want to go see Tool for free? I was like, yeah.
Like,
obviously. And it was awesome. So, yeah. Other than that, I think you were at most of or all of the concerts I was at. As
there you go.
We've seen a lot of stuff together. So,
So, yeah, I completely dropped the ball in the video.
It's fine. It's fine.
Nah,
it's fine. You just make something up, Just like send the other video that you did already.
That would be funny. I had a very awkward conversation with a barista.
Oh, I was hoping you were going to say a burrito. All right.
That would have been sweet.
Yeah. Damn.
I was really high, and this burrito.
Yeah. Now we're talking.
No, my work van, they've recently put decals on it, right? And it's like magenta, cyan, and yellow, and black. Ink.
Like company name stuff.
Yeah, it looks like ink splatters all over it and stuff.
Okay.
And to the layman, it looks like paint.
Okay.
But it's very bright and colorful, and I hate it. And because it's dead inside.
I understand. You didn't have to explain it.
But so I have lots of like things already lined up because I've got so many people comment on it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I know it's like a clown circle jerker. It looks like a unicorn. Bukkake. It's all about cum, really.
Well, obviously, yeah. As are most of your jokes.
Yeah, true. So I'm at a Starbucks getting which is my new addiction is the iced coffee.
Okay.
Which is have I talked about how this is a bad idea for me?
I don't remember. You talked about it, but I don't remember if you said anything about it being a bad idea.
It's horrible because caffeine fucks me up. I don't know if it's because I'm getting old. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, probably. No.
But I'll take an iced coffee, and because it's cold, I just face it.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
And then I feel like I just smoked meth. You
Right.
know? It's horrible.
Because you did.
Yeah, probably. But so I'm in. I order my Starbucks. I come around the corner, and the window opens, and it's just dime piece of a barista.
Right. She's like, Tiny, your coffee's ready.
But so she's like, oh, your van's so colorful. And I immediately start rolling into one of my cum jokes.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
And then I cut it off and the window closed. Because I was like, oh, it's like a clown, and then the window closed. You know?
Oh, man.
I'm like, oh, well, that kind of saves
I guess
that.
it's just like a clown.
And then the window opens up, and she's like, oh, what'd you say? And I already in my mind, I'm like, this is a young college student. Like it's a dime piece.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't want to hear about cum circle jerks.
She might.
Or
You don't
clown
know.
circle jerks.
Don't
So I'm
prejudge.
like, it's like I ran over a clown or something.
Yeah. Right. There you go.
Crickets.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Oh.
sorry. I'll take two. It's like I ran over a clown or something.
Yeah. Ooh. I don't even know if
Oh,
you deserve
God.
the crickets, man. I think they would have been silent.
Yeah. It's like, Jesus.
Or-
good job, Dick. And
or-
the blank stare I got back.
So here's a question for you. Of
Yes.
all the things on that soundboard,
Yeah.
none of them are the woman from Princess Bride going, boo, are they?
Oh, no, they're not.
Why is this happening? Or why has this not happened?
I have no idea.
What the hell's wrong with both of us? Anywho, yeah.
Boo. Exclamation sound.
So, yeah, that's...
Yeah. it's one of
Well,
those
I mean, I
things-
guess if you're going to flail, at least you went clean.
Yeah,
you know?
well, that was the thing.
'Cause
Is
if
I
you had
started
been
going
like-
into it, and my brain was like pulled that big metal greasy train brake.
Yeah.
You know, just
Right.
The cum train was sparks were flying as it comes
man.
screeching to a
Oh,
halt.
what a mess.
Right?
Underbreath you was taking over. Good thing you got control of it. Little shout out to our pal S. Anthony. Go
Nice.
listen to his new episode. I forgot. Whoa, it's called Dash. Was it Dash Cam?
Dash cam.
Dash Cam will kill you or something like that. Or
It's something
no more
about
Dash.
Dash cam.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
It's got Dash Cam in the title. It's a new episode. Go listen to it.
Yeah, I tried to make it a TV 2 minutes. It's comedy, and I failed horribly.
Man, yeah, seriously, you're not getting a call back to Letterman with that one, or Colbert, I guess we'll say. Cause,
I mean, I as I'm driving away facing my iced coffee, I'm like, really? Ran over a clown? That's all you had?
yeah, it'd been funny if she had already handed it to you, and you're like, yeah, it's like I ran over a cloud. She just reached out and slaps it out of your hand.
She should have.
But like, no.
She should have, taken the hot coffee on the counter and thrown it in my face.
Well, you would have probably liked that a little too much, though. I mean, much like the slapping of, your hand. You've been like, yeah.
Start rubbing my nipples for
Yeah,
my shirt.
like, listen.
Oh,
I've already gone creep. I'm going full.
now you done a bad thing.
Daddy likes it when you do the bad. Enough. No more of that. We're a family show.
Oh, yeah.
Wait.
Right.
Probably not.
Yeah, so it was weird. What are you going to do?
Yeah, there's not much you can do with that. Yeah, you had the choice. There was the fork in the road. It was clean
Yeah.
or dirty, and you
I
chose.
went clean and failed horribly.
You chose poorly, sir.
Maybe I should have went dirty. Who knows what happened?
Probably worse. Like you'd probably be on some sort of a list that ends with offender.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of clowns gang raped my van, right?
Oh, yeah. Man,
Crickets.
been funny if you're like all nervous and you go ahead and deliver that, and you're like, "Oh, this can't go well," and then she's like, "I know, right?"
Like, right? That's exactly what I was thinking. High five.
Yeah, she's like, "That's what I just told these goons." Yes.
Our coworkers look disgusted.
Right, and then someone wakes you up.
Yeah, probably.
Tony, wake up. What? Take your damn iced coffee, sir. Like, oh,
Oh man.
fine. Like a clown. And she like, just
stop.
Just go.
Yeah.
Fine. Good times, though. Good times.
Good times.
All right, let's see. What do we have here? Looking for, stories and things here. Here we go.
Ugh.
Did you, I'm sure you saw this. Did you see the story about the hitchhiking robot?
Yeah. Well, yes. Yeah.
Oh, my God, are Americans assholes?
Can I tell you how I found out about the hitchhiking robot?
Yeah, absolutely. Please
Okay.
tell me it's from the barista, because I want to hear more about her.
No, not from the barista.
Can you just make it up? I mean,
Yes, it's from the barista.
yeah.
No. It was, what the fuck? My Chrome just crashed. That was awesome.
Yeah.
It was from, I was looking at a t-shirt site or something, you know?
Yeah.
Something dopey. And it had Isaac Asimov's, I almost said that wrong, 3, and then it was crossed out and said 4 rules of robotics. And it was the, classic, like, don't harm a human, don't whatever they were. Because I don't remember what they were. Mm. But number 4 was just stay away from Philly.
Yeah. I mean,
that's how I found, because I'm like, what does that mean?
Again,
that's how I found out what happened.
The town who booed Santa Claus.
Yes. The town who throws batteries at people.
Right.
The town who threw prescription bottles at Barry Bonds.
Well, that I'm okay with, but no.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah. 2 weeks after setting off for a final destination of San Francisco from, I forgot where it launched. Oh, it was in Canada, but
yeah, it was Canadian.
Yeah, the robot was supposed to like hitchhike across the United States, and just 2 weeks after, some hooligans trashed it and left it by the roadside, basically, like in a heap. So
yeah, hooligans will do that, Brian.
Yeah, and this was in Philly, so what can you do? But
the city of brotherly love.
Yeah.
Say it ain't so.
Is that
Philadelphia?
Oh, there you go. Nice. I tell you, we're such assholes in this country. This is why we can't have nice things.
Exactly. This is why Skynet launches and kills us all.
Now, what would be funny is if now in Philly there's like signs that says "Do not pick up any hitchhiking robots." Sorry, robots.
Robots.
That's why we had to cover the story because we are the authority on robot stories here. So
it's true. It's like the cantina on Tatooine with the droids. We don't serve them here.
I know, right? And then we just destroy them by the road.
Philly. Man.
So do you think Hitchbot was sexually assaulted before torn apart?
I hope so.
Can you imagine if that YouTube video
pops
pops
like
up?
a bunch of clowns. Oh, wait.
Wait a minute. No, Tony, it's too late, man.
Okay.
You missed the window. Literally. Like you actually missed the window. She shut it before you could get it.
You're right. That's exactly what happened.
Like, oh, man. Kids these days.
I like the idea behind Hitchbot, and I like seeing the people's selfies as they're helping out Hitchbot.
Yeah.
And then the mangled Hitchbot corpse.
Well, you knew it was... I mean, it's funny because when I first heard the story of Hitchbot, I was like, oh, that's an interesting idea. And in my head, the first thing I thought of is, this is doomed. Like, this is not going to turn out well for some reason or another. And, part of it was I did feel like somebody was going to do something vile with it. But I didn't think they'd tear it apart. I thought they would just do, like, the old stealing yard gnomes from people and just doing foul things and taking pictures.
Right.
That's what I thought they would do, Like, just have some fun with it. Like, put a Hitler mustache on it. Or, I don't know. Dress it in, the local sports teams wear. I have no idea.
Local sports team.
Yeah. Like, put a Phillies jersey on it. That'll foul it up.
Don't put a Giants jersey on it. It'll never make it through Philly alive. Oh, wait.
Yeah. Maybe that's what it was, It's, maybe it was wearing a Blue Jays jersey or something. And people remembered back in the day when Joe Carter hit the home run to win the World Series for the Blue... Nah, enough of that.
Yeah, please stop.
I will not. Yeah, that's...
fucking stupid Hitchbot.
Yeah. So we got an email from our pal Cheeto Bandito.
Oh, nice.
Well, we got a couple, but one
even better.
One's for later, one's for now.
Okay.
The one for now is that he was
one clean, one dirty.
No.
No.
I mean, I'm sure we can make it that way, but yeah. He was curious to hear our thoughts on the Deadpool trailers that came out. Now, I didn't bother watching the sissified NSFW one.
Yeah, if you're going to watch the Red Band, if you're going to watch a trailer,
Yeah,
right?
that's how I always do. If I see there's a censored one, I'll always watch that one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I had a little look at it before we started here because I keep meaning to watch it, and then I'm like, I'll watch it later. I'll watch it later.
Right.
So I finally did. And, you know,
And?
I think our pal Travis wrapped it up pretty well, is that if you like Daredevil, you're going to love it.
Daredevil?
Yeah, I keep doing this. Deadpool. Both were red and start with D and end with L. What more do you want from me? Reading's fundamental, but, man, it's all that work.
It is. It's true.
So, I mean, I laughed at a couple of the things in it. There's some interesting stuff. It is weird that, like, Ryan Reynolds, like, they actually reference it. I enjoy that they reference that he does sound like he has a dick in his mouth.
Right.
It is kind of weird because you don't really get that from, like, Spider-Man or other movies where someone wears a mask. Although, as I've said on this program many a times, typically movies where a superhero wears a mask, they will not wear it for about half of whatever they're in.
Right.
Because you got to see the moneymaker.
Well, you got to show off that sweet Hollywood face, yo.
Right. Now, it will be interesting with Deadpool as, his face looks like hamburger.
Right. Testicle with teeth.
Testicle with teeth, you're right. Yeah. That's why I told you, after seeing that scene with Ryan Reynolds and T.J. Miller, I was like, oh, man, the DVD extras, there's going to be tons of outtakes of...
Yeah, because, they're just... So we're looking for improving.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm sure T.J. Miller will probably just riff for like a day and a half on it, which, some of them I'm sure will be funny. And they probably aren't going to even use the best ones in the movie.
No, of course not.
I'm a little surprised that... I'm still really surprised that Marvel's cool with this getting an R rating. I'm really surprised they weren't like, we can do this with a PG-13 and just...
They might be testing the waters.
Yeah.
For future, more violent type movies.
Well, I like it. And like Daredevil, on Netflix, I liked how it felt more gritty, how it felt adult. It didn't feel like it was a PG or PG-13 show. It felt...
Right.
And it's one thing, and it's like, the only thing is like with Deadpool, I'm hoping they're not just doing that just so that... I'm assuming they're doing it so they can get away with all the dick and fart jokes.
Probably.
More than anything else.
But like, say Deadpool is successful, which I'm sure it will be. Mm-hmm. Why couldn't they do like Punisher Max, Garth Ennis's run, as a movie?
Yeah, well, I'm hoping that'll be the TV show.
That actually be better on Netflix.
Yeah, I'm hoping for that on the TV show. But yeah, you're right.
That's just kind of open. It's I can show you a world.
I don't want to see Frank Castle.
Blood, bullets, and dicks.
All right, I'm back in.
All right, see?
That has to be the title, though. Blood, bullets, and dicks.
Blood, bullets, and dicks.
I wish I could name this podcast Blood, Bullets, and Dicks, because I would, but...
Could name it Blood, Bullets, and Richard.
Oh, man. That's funny, sir.
It'll really confuse some people.
I think
who's this Richard guy?
They'll get it. Oh,
I got it.
Yeah. Listen, you either get Richard or you don't, It's
true.
Get Richard, die trying.
Yeah, 50 Cent put that out, right?
Right. I never looked at that before. He just said get dick or die trying. I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, wow.
It's kind of weird. I didn't know he was on the
deal.
deal.
A whole new thing.
Yeah.
Explains those sweet abs.
Does it? That's from all that upside down, that inverted crunches he does, it's no salmon ladder, but...
No, it's definitely not a salmon ladder.
Yeah. So, what would you think of it?
I thought it looked like it's definitely going to be Deadpool.
Yeah. It sounds like that's like, I'm not putting it down or saying it looks bad. It's just the truth. It looks like Deadpool.
Yeah, I'm same here. The parts that, it looks like it's going to be funny. And hopefully it's just one of those nice mix of violence and comedy.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
it's no 48 hours.
Well, hopefully not, because there'll be less racism in this one.
That's true.
Whoa, Nick, we don't need you this week.
Oh.
So I'm curious if anyone caught that there was no Macho Man drop last week.
I don't know if anyone did.
Now, I'm also going to point out that we're terrible because we should have had a drop ready for this week, which was
It's probably true.
I'm here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum. We should have had that on the ready, or some just bagpipe music, and we had neither.
Well, Brian, we are shitheads.
Yeah, and that's, for those who don't happen to know, that's, back to in reference of Roddy Piper dying.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. Man. How good was watching Piper's Pit when we were kids? Like,
Piper's Pit was the best.
because he just felt like he was so anti.
Come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
There you go. Nice.
There you go.
If we had our old opening, it would have been in there, but we, have the newer opening. I actually had thought about switching it for this, but I was like, continuity,
Got it. Continuity.
Right. I don't want someone picking up the new issue of Salty Language going, I can't follow this.
I'm so confused.
I don't get it.
Nick Nolte.
You don't understand anything.
Settle down. Go hang out with the Hulkster.
Oh, whoa, slow down. It was funny because Piper was just one of those guys that I just loved watching him, because he was, he was crazy. He was just the outlandish guy. I used to love that Panther shirt that he had,
Right.
and they sell that now on ProWrestlingTees.com, which his page, the money goes to like his family or whatever.
That's awesome.
They have that shirt, as well as a few others of his. And like WWE Shop, I think they have just the Hot Rod shirt. And
that's still respectable.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure my dude in Saints Row is still wearing that because Rowdy Piper made a cameo in Saints Row.
I need to play the game so that I know that. But yeah, I knew he was in the game. But I liked that on Raw. They had all the wrestlers stand out. They ring the bell 10 times as a sign of a fallen wrestler, basically.
Right.
And they were all rocking Hot Rod shirts, which was cool.
That's cool.
And it was a little weird at one point. Like, The Miz has this segment where he does this Miz TV thing, which is, the new talk show thing on the show. And he came out and he was like, without Piper's Pit, this doesn't exist. That, Barbershop doesn't exist. All these other ones. And it was like, it's weird because he's a heel and he's going out basically, you know what I mean? He's just going out being himself. Like,
right.
No character at this point. But it was just weird because the crowd was kind of like, what do we do here? Because he's a heel, but he's praising Hot Rod, and we're all about cheering for Hot Rod, but
he's a heel.
He's the bad guy. Yeah, so, yeah. I mean, he's not the bad guy because, Roddy Piper wore a villain T-shirt for a reason. So,
right.
Because he's one of the greatest heels ever in wrestling. So.
Plus the bad guy, Scarface.
Right. And from everything I've heard, no, the bad guy is Razor Ramon.
Oh, yeah, true. What was I thinking?
in the wrestling world. But yeah, so and there's just been a bunch of cool stories I've heard and read about him since, about just how nice and generous of a guy he was, like to other wrestlers and whatnot. So yeah, I meant to go into that a little more.
Always Sunny.
Oh, he was fantastic on Always Sunny. So good. He just moves in with him. Oh, man. So anyway, yeah, I meant to go into all that stuff earlier, and I forgot, so I wanted to catch that up.
Well, in out of respect.
The cream of the crop.
Definitely.
There you go.
Definitely. One of my favorite matches is, I forgot what event it was at, but it was him and Bret Hart for the Intercontinental title. It's one of the freaking greatest things ever. So it was weird, though, because like as they're doing the tribute to Piper, there was... Like, Hogan was in some of the pictures, but it's kind of weird that him and Hogan are, like, tied together because he was, like, the ultimate bad guy. Hogan was... I mean, look at the cartoon. What was that called? Rockin' Wrestling? No, it wasn't Rockin' Wrestling.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know the name of it.
The cartoon series. He was the
like
bad
all
guy.
The heels were on a team.
Yeah, he was the bad guy, and Hogan was the good guy. And then the rest were there.
He was the Megatron to Hogan's Optimus Prime.
Right. And there was no Hogan interview whatsoever because, obviously you can't. He's toxic. You can't have him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a little weird. But, what are you gonna do?
It's true.
All right. So what else we got here? What you got? Anything?
Well, I do have a Q and a W for this week.
Oh, and we can't. Should we recap the last ones first?
We can if you like.
You want to get that out of the way? That stuff in the playlist stuff that we have?
Well, I don't really have a playlist put together yet.
Well, no, I just mean people suggested things.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right, so your last Q of the W that we put off a little bit was the... what was it? What was your wrestling name? Or your wrestling intro and your name, if you had it.
Name and intro music or stuff.
Right.
Hold on. I should have been more prepared.
You should have. It's like a clown.
Yeah. It's like a clown. Never mind.
The more I'm thinking about it, like a clown might be the show title. Because it's just there.
It is just there.
Yeah. Oh my God, we're flailing. What are we doing here?
There it is. Sorry.
All right.
So on the face page, Brian, we had our pal Big Dev.
Yeah. From the Snake Oil Comics podcast.
From the Snake Oil Comic Podcast.
And your erotic dreams.
Well, duh.
Now, I don't mean yours, Tony. I mean, it
you
includes...
mean the world.
I mean everyone, yes.
Yes. He says easy, pomp and circumstance. Not because it's Macho Man's entrance music, but
Good
because
song.
in that setting is great heel music. Classic music is an air of superiority. That's what my character, Dazzling Dev, is all about.
That makes sense, because Ric Flair did the same thing.
Yeah.
You think about it, Although, like now, you hear his song hit, you wait 2 seconds, then you hear the woo, and then it keeps building, and, but, yeah.
That shit gets real, son.
Dirtiest player in the game.
Dirtiest player in the game.
Yep.
So I had that. We have Jared, FRJ of the Ridiculous Ramblings podcast, although they haven't put out an episode in a little bit, so I don't know what's going on there, fellas.
Yeah.
But he didn't give us a wrestling name,
All right.
so it's going to be FRJ.
Okay.
But he has a combination of Stone Cold's entrance music and a hard metal riff, because he always loved his music.
Yeah, it was a little different, although it kind of going back to our interview with Jono from formerly of the Swellers.
Right.
I do kind of agree that a lot of the wrestling themes seem like they're from, 8-bit video games.
Right.
And Stone Cold's, listening to it now kind of feels like that to me. It almost feels like an old video game theme rather than...
The best thing about the Stone Cold is just the glass break.
Oh, it is. Yeah. Well, and do you remember when they actually did, the wrestling themes, but they had, real bands do the music? Like when Edge had his done by... I can't remember who it was now. Shite.
Kaja Gugu?
Yes. No. Good call, though. One of his theme songs was a Rob Zombie song, but I don't mean that one. There was another one that I can't remember who did it, but they had a bunch of fairly popular at the time bands do a bunch of the wrestlers' music.
Well,
I can't think of any though off the top of my head.
Like Motorhead doing Triple H's.
Well, I think that's because he's friends with Lemmy. But yeah, they've actually done 2 or 3.
Is he friends with Lemmy, or is he friends with Lemmy's thing on his face?
Whichever, it's all Lemmy.
it's like a quado on his chin,
right? Lemmy or
cheek or whatever.
Lemmy or Lil Lemmy.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't mean his mole on his cheek. I mean his dick.
Naturally.
Yeah. So I can't remember that album. I can't remember what it was, but a bunch of the big wrestlers had, and whoever did Stone Cold's actually did a real guitar riff and stuff. And I thought it sounded much better than the weird wrestling one. But you're right. The key to it is as they say, when the glass breaks, it's your ass.
There you go.
Which is a kind of weird thing to say.
It's one of my all-time favorite moments for our podcast is when it was we had a couple weeks when Tate wasn't on, and then there was 1 week where you weren't, and it was Tate and I.
Yeah.
And then it was just, we feigned it was just going to be me.
Yep, that was
and then we had the Stone Cold glass break.
Yep. That was fun. I enjoyed
Classic
that.
moment of insulting language history.
I agree. I couldn't tell you what episode it is, but
I have no idea
that
what
was
it is.
fantastic.
Go listen to the back issues. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, back issues. See? I've noticed listening to Graphic Novice, they do Nickel does the same thing I do. It says issues when he means episodes and vice versa quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a curse.
That's because, once you lose the Moon War, you start taking up the vernacular of the conquering, party.
I mean, he did just, concede to, being okay with you being the Minister of Space Violence since, he's the Minister of Space Wanks.
It's true. Although he has to consult with me if it becomes a violent wank.
Well,
just saying.
I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah.
True.
Or if your violence happens to include space wanking, you need to consult with him. That's we got
to respect each other's spheres of influence.
Circle.
It's like a clown.
Yeah, it's like a clown is the show name for sure.
It's like a clown. ...
All right, there, done. Oh man.
So we had Doug, our pale Doug lingerie, which I can't remember because I took this and I wrote to scratch this in my notes for last week's show.
Doug lingerie sounds like a smarmy pro wrestling manager, doesn't he?
I know, that's why it's like a perfect wrestling.
Like he's some sleazebag. He's in between like the Godfather and Slick, but he only manages women. But he's a real just skeeve about it.
Not Victoria's Secret, like Fredericks of Hollywood.
Yeah, like the Tuesday strippers,
Right.
Yeah, all right.
His
it doesn't even matter. We already hammered his out.
Well, no, his entrance music though.
Oh, sorry.
He picked Air Supply, All Out of Love.
Well, I'm surprised he didn't pick Rush. Just to mess with me.
That's true.
Because then I'd get violent. But anyway. That's pretty tough. I mean,
it is pretty tough.
It's tough to come out to that. That takes that sucks the energy right out of the crowd.
It's true.
That's fair though. All right, you have any more? Or?
No, that's
okay.
I don't think any of them ever. Because for some reason those questions never showed up on Reddit. So.
Oh, that's bunk. All right. Fluffy Bunny Ash told me the other night that her wrestling entrance would be Time Warp from Rocky Horror, and she'd come out dressed like Columbia, which means nothing to me because I have no recollection of anything from that movie.
Right.
However, she put preferably with a whole crew of people like that Rosebud guy, and we'd all do the Time Warp. Then if I ever lost, I'd do the dance and Time Warp back before I got pinned instead. Which I like that answer because, now you're messing whatever.
It's true.
I'm sorry. She put, actually, I just dance around until they get annoyed and start ringing the bell for me to stop, and then I pin my confused opponent and count to 3 myself and claim I won.
That's pretty funny.
Much like Graphic Novice and the Space War, or the Moon Wars. I kind of want to lay off the whole... I just kind of feel like Moon Wars, they've got so many wars going on right now that it's
like... Look, Germany lost because they had a war on so many fronts.
That's what I'm saying. Is I'm concerned for them. I don't want them to lose all of their battles, and
it's true.
Just declaring war on all podcasts is just a rough thing to do. I mean, that's I just don't know if they have the manpower, especially already being down a space hero like, or not a space hero, a patriot like Doc Thirst. I mean, off freedom fighting. It's a tough one. All right, enough of that. I'm sure people really don't give a shit about the Moon Wars.
Probably not. There's a core of people that are like, yeah, I get it.
Right. And it's like, other than those 3, it's like, everybody else is like, why are you...
All I can say is...
What could I write?
Good call, Doc. Good call. Yeah. Let's see. I had another one here. I'm trying to find it. Oh, there we go. Actually, I have 2 more.
That was Time Warp from Fluffy Bunny Ash, right?
Yes. I have, this is from Cheeto Bandito.
Okay.
And his wrestling intro music, his name is Cheeto Bandito, which I can understand.
Makes sense.
And it's Banditos by the Refreshments. His gimmick is getting high as balls and stealing opponents' snacks from the green room. His finishing move is the Cheeto Curl.
That's a great name for a finishing move. Wow, he even extra credited it with a finishing move.
Yeah, you're right. A+, sir. A+.
That is an A+.
I enjoyed that one. Let's see. Where's the other one at? Because the other one is... here we go. Our last one's from our pal Heno. But thanks for extending last week's Q of the W. I haven't been Mr. Dependable lately. Can't lose that. My wrestler name will be El Heno. I will be Senor Delicioso's nemesis. El Heno is uber positive, but comes off as a heel because Senor D is the people's champ, which you damn right I am. El Heno is the positive narcissist. Nice pull, by the way.
Yeah.
Or half glass full douchebag when he's near Senor D because of Delicioso's popularity. El Heno's music is an Estonian folk song called something I can't pronounce. Oh, it translates to Drink, Friend, Drink, which is completely against El Heno's message to the children, but he's too wrapped up in himself to realize this. He just likes it because it reflects his heritage and sounds like the Frito Bandito song, so he thinks it's a slam against Senor D.
That's pretty funny.
A++, sir, because you pulled a quote from my other podcast. As well as, you made yourself my arch nemesis.
It's true.
Even though we all know that just happiness is my arch nemesis. I kid. Mostly. So yeah, that's what I got on that front.
Nice.
Yeah. Good
Excellent
times.
submissions.
I agree. Excellent submissions, much like my wrestling style.
Yeah, perfect.
Nice. I can't say I'm the excellent of execution because, Bret Hart and all. But
He's still alive.
Yeah.
Once he kicks it,
Oh,
you'll be fine.
yeah, it's all mine then.
Yeah.
I'm sure no one will be able to claim it then. Oh, man. So, let's see what else we got here. Oh, you said you have a Q of the W for this week.
Damn straight I do, Brian.
All right, let's hear it.
All right. I should really need to make a Q to W sound drop.
Yeah, we need to figure out how, something for that.
So how about, it's the Q to W? I don't know.
Nice. I like it.
What's your favorite good, bad movie?
Ooh. Now, I have to, as always, I always have to ask questions because, as appropriate. Now,
Yeah.
Is this just a movie that most people consider bad, or what qualifies it as a bad movie?
Pretty much, most people think it's shit.
Okay.
Would probably never watch it unless you twist their arm.
I actually don't think this is that hard for me to tell you. You want to take a guess at what mine is?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm going to say Pootie Tang.
Bam.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely right. Because it's a horrible movie, but I love it, and I've watched it I don't know how many times since buying the DVD.
There you go. Zarate.
Tip-it-tie to the Sarate. Yeah. So what's yours?
I was going to go with Dolomite.
I was going to guess it was somewhere in that range, that it was somewhere near this, but it was tough because a lot of those movies are and aren't considered bad, so that's why at first. But yeah,
The
Dolomite's a
acting's
good
so
one.
bad, it's got to be considered bad.
Queen Bee is just awful. You know what? You need to try.
Dolomite. Huh?
You need to see if you can find just a clip of Queen Bee from that. Dolomite, we're so happy, or whatever.
That'd be good for our video on the thing.
Yeah,
That Deadpool trailer would be perfect.
right.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to see me in a honky dance. I mean, Dolomite did have karate bitches, though, didn't he?
He did have karate bitches.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
did you hear
it's-
that they're talking about rebooting Shaft as a comedy, or a more comedic movie?
Please don't.
I was like, Shaft is at its best when it's like seriously. There's a comic that's been out recently that's Shaft. It's been really good, and there's no camp to it at all. It's that he's a badass dude that is put in a bad way, and he. I don't want to say he has a plan to stick it to the man because that's Superfly.
Shut your mouth.
I'm just talking about Shaft.
Oh, I can dig it.
Yeah, but anyway, back to Dolomite. Man, Rudy Ray Moore, hero.
And they made multiple Dolomites.
Oh yeah, well, much like Shaft, Shaft in Africa, and because if it wasn't for Pootie Tang, Shaft would probably be my number one. Because most people, I would think, would think Shaft's a terrible movie, but they'd be wrong.
They're wrong. Mm-hmm. Damn wrong.
Because he's one bad. Yeah, if you haven't watched, if you haven't watched Rudy Ray Moore's delivery as Dolomite, it's fantastic because a lot of his stuff rhymes, and realistically, he reminds me of the embodiment of Roadblock from G.I. Joe.
Right.
Because everything he said rhymed, and I was, after seeing Dolomite, I'm like, did they just straight steal this from, I was like, I don't know which was out first, but...
Well, and Dolomite kind of makes me think of, like, the Haters sketch from Chappelle's Show.
Yes.
But they, like, took Dolomite and, like, separated him like he was Voltron into the three haters.
Yeah.
I assume when those guys link up, they become Dolomite.
You're probably right. You're probably right. Silky Johnson. That's one of my favorite Chappelle Show sketches. In fact, it might be my favorite.
It's pretty strong.
Yeah. I know.
Hate.
I know a lot of the Charlie Murphy things are really good, and the Prince one, but that's so good.
Yes.
Man. I'm really curious to hear what everybody has to say. I think Moving the Needle did an episode on this, didn't they? Well,
I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I think they did. I don't remember. Either way, that's fine. I just
fucking backhanded to Mike like an asshole. Sorry, guys.
Very.
Everyone's eardrums are bleeding now.
They're fine. It's not like you played your horns or whatever.
Like that?
Yeah, and all the ears are nuked now. Oh, Jeebus. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. So please submit your favorite good, bad movies.
Yep. And again, we gave the qualification. It's pretty much movies that everyone typically are panned. And I don't mean critics, but just one of those movies that if you're like, hey, we should watch this, most people are going to groan or be like, no chance.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Really? With La Valantula?
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, my only issue with those is those are made knowing that they're going to be terrible, basically.
Yeah, I agree.
See, to me, I would rule those out. Like, this is the way I would break it down, is I would rule those out because they're not, like...
Those things are purposely campy.
Yeah. Whereas movies that turn into... I mean, realistically, one of the worst movies I've seen that I love is probably the Batman 66 movie. I forgot what it's called, but it's just Batman the movie. It's the classic Batman. It's awful, but I own it and I love it, So there's that. But but Booty Tank for sure. It's
Booty Tank. Zarate.
I'm kind of surprised. I was almost, if I had to guess for you, I had thought about saying Kung Pao. Because I know you enjoy some Kung Pao.
Oh, I completely forgot about Kung Pao.
Yeah, I know you enjoy some. I mean, I do too. But
I've watched that movie. It might be Kung Pao because I've watched that movie a lot.
A lot. I know.
I work with a Betty, and every time her name comes up, I'm always like, "Evil Betty."
You can call me Betty. Yeah, that's. Oh God.
Oh, you know what? I'm officially changing my answer.
All right,
it's got to be Kung Pao now.
I will allow it because
the chosen one.
It's such a terrible movie.
It is a horrible movie.
It is right there.
I love it to death.
It is right there with Pootie Tang as far as which is a worse movie. They're both god awful, but yeah. Oh man.
Now I'll try my nuts to your fist style. I know I have to watch that like tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't own that. I meant to buy that and I never did, so I need to find that in like a dollar bin somewhere.
Yeah, that's where I bought it from Family Video when it was like $1.99 or something stupid.
Yeah, they probably don't have any now, so I'll probably have to find it on the eBay or something, But yeah.
I mean, it was me and another dude that worked there. We would play that movie all the time.
I used to play it a lot,
because it was so silly.
It was. I remember when it came out, because how we always got we could take the movies home on, over the weekend that came out the following Tuesday. And when that one came in, I was like, yes, because I had wanted to go see it in the theater, and that didn't happen. So, and I was the only one who took a copy home, I believe. And I'm like, this is so good. And yeah, somebody else took it because I was so jazzed about it. And, and they were like, this is one of the worst movies. I'm like, oh, it's terrible.
Yeah, it's horrible. God, it's funny.
So good. Yep. So yeah, if you're looking for a really bad movie to watch, I mean, or you could go back and look at our movie reviews, like Hobo with a Shotgun. That's a terrible movie, but it's awesome.
And Thor: God of Thunder.
Yeah, that movie.
That movie?
Or you could go listen to our appearance on Screams and Moans when we listened.
Oh, Ghidorah.
Ghidorah, yeah.
The three-headed monster.
Because that was a terrible movie.
That was a terrible movie.
But, yeah, just...
That was a fun episode. I barely ever listened back, but it was so long since we recorded that and that came out, because she does like one a month.
Yeah.
I actually listened back, and it's a hilarious episode.
Yeah, we definitely gave our all for that one.
Exactly.
So, yeah. All right, well, that's all I got. You got anything else?
I'm spent.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. I'm pretty spent, so I can imagine you are.
Yeah, oof.
Oof, indeed.
Indeed.
So, yeah, as always, go to saltylanguage.com. Check out Tony will throw up some videos on there.
Hopefully some Queen Bee for y'all. Although maybe I might have to alter it now. I might have to find some Kung Pao clips.
That's fine. I'll allow that, even though Queen Bee's terrible. I mean, if Tony doesn't put that up there, do your own research and look up Dolomite Queen Bee and see if you can find it. If not, it's from pretty early in the movie, if I remember right.
It's right when he gets out of jail.
Yeah,
right?
and I think that's pretty much the beginning of the movie. Is he's getting out.
Where's my karate bitches?
Yeah.
Oh, Dolomite, I never thought you'd get out of prison.
It's so bad.
With big fake tears on her cheeks.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's like a clown. Oh, wait.
Damn it, man. I feel like it's like a clown should be more of a sexual euphemism for us. Like that it should be
very well.
Well, there you go. That's the new cum joke, right? Like
pretty much.
It's like a clown. I don't know why, but it sprays seltzer all over people. Yeah. Whatever. So yeah, while you're on saltylanguage.com, you can check out all the interviews we do from the enthusiasts. You can get the back episodes that you can't get on iTunes anymore because there's only 50 on there. So
Steve Jobs is a jerk,
right? And we've put way more than 50 episodes up for your, listening pleasures.
Googly have we?
And all I can say is I highly recommend going back to the very beginning and just starting there.
Yes.
That way you'll get all the inside jokes of the next episode. Right?
Hold up.
Right?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Probably
not. Yeah. If you want to contact the show, you can, hit us up on all the social medias. There's links all over the place on saltylanguage.com. Usually, the best way to hit us up is on the Twitter at salty_language. You can find me at Stunami.
I am at Monotony.
You mean Monotony?
Monotony. Everyone thinks it's monotony.
Monotony. Yeah, you got to say it more
Sons
monotone.
Of bitches.
It is monotony. I
guess.
I'll always refer to it as monotony.
I know. I guess if you want, I am at the Monotony on Instagram.
No, the Monotony.
The.
Yeah, you're gonna make it sound like you're Leo, like
the you,
like the Dan Lawler.
Yes.
Yeah, there's while you're on the website, also, if you're gonna shop through Amazon, please go to saltylanguage.com first. Click on the link there and shop away because they throw us, a referral fee basically for helping them out. Doesn't cost you anything extra other than a second or two of your time.
One extra mouse click.
Right.
Your homepage is already Salty Language.
Exactly. It should be. If it's not,
it should be.
I mean, shame on you. And also, there's a link there for our Patreon page. If you'd like to become a Patreon subscriber, you can donate your pledge, $1 a month or $1 million a month if you'd like. That's fine too. We'll take it either way.
Sounds like a great idea, guys.
And one last thing, because I believe this will still come up right towards the end of it, is that our pal, there's a link on there for our pal Travis's Kickstarter for his comic Biani, and you can, go right from there. And I guess they've just put up a whole new round of fancy rewards and such. So go throw monies at him.
Yeah, get on it, people.
Yeah, it's an all ages book, family friendly. Pretty much any donation, I think, almost gets a copy of the book, like PDF or
digital
or whatever. Yeah, so
PDF is digial. What a
is.
dick!
It is. It's like a clown.
Tired.
It's like a clown.
It's like a clown.
It's like a clown. I don't know. All right, that's it. We're done. So have a beer, you'll be fine.
Stay salty
and go piss some rocks,
please.
Oh my God! I cannot believe that we forgot the most important part of the show. See
that?
Yes.
All right.
I told you it wasn't worth it.
This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Welcome to the Wicked Radio Network.
You are now leading the world of Musings of a Geek Podcast Network. Stay geeky, my friends.
Susan, open the door.
Oh my god, what happens now? He's gonna break down the door and she's gonna hide.
I'm breaking down the door. Don't you hide.
Oh god, what now? He's gonna find her hiding in the bathroom.
I know you're in the bathroom. I just want to talk, honey.
He's lying. He has a knife behind his back.
Oh yeah? Why do you have a knife behind your back?
How did you know?
That loud mouth in the audience said so.
Well, it's not what you think.
He's gonna tell her it's to cut the cable because she wants to be on the Tangent Down Live show. November 15th, 6 p.m. It's gonna be awesome.
You'll want to have your own free podcast on the network.
Now they'll make up and do the nasty.
Oh, honey, let's make up and do the nasty.
Wow, what happens now? Now we're getting out of the theater and everybody else will beat the shit out of us in the parking lot.
TangentDownNetwork.com